You go ahead then, you big old pimp.
Kids will and the lion fuzz. I'll be doing whatever snow does in summer.
Remember that?
I love it, yes. It's my favorite part of the whole
My
movie.
hand, my snow up against the burning sand. Probably getting gorgeously tan.
What do you think?
I love it.
That was just for you.
love it.
I'm running
I
out
love
of
it,
summer
yeah.
songs. For some reason,
Sweet, I love
that
it.
one popped in
Yeah.
my head. There you go. Look at you. Evening, Summer.
That's great. Good evening.
Been a couple weeks, yeah?
Been a couple of weeks.
I don't even know where I was or what happened.
Well, we had
I
a
think a
Wednesday
union
night
game.
That's right. That's what it was on Wednesday nights. This time of year, we like to do a little segment called Summertime, where Summer Sturgis from Worthy Road Studios checks in with us here live in the studio. You've been a busy little bee lately, haven't you?
I have. I love it.
Well, I mean, this is the biggest, the most critical time of the year for basketball. I mean, as we approach the end of the season, get ready for playoff basketball. Will y'all be doing playoff basketball?
Yes,
Be
sir.
curious. As long as they're playing, you're covered.
That's right.
Now,
will
and
be there.
when if you don't know who they is, I can't imagine that's the case, but it's Worthy Road Studio and BallGame Blitz, and those games can also be seen on WNWS.com. It's a full slate, a big schedule going on. Has been all week long. There's been some big high school basketball games, but you got a bunch of college games coming up here in the next couple of days.
We do. We have a lot of college games, and there's a playoff tournament that'll be at Union University also that we'll be doing. About 4 games in one day or more, so that's always really wild and crazy, the energy at those games too. It's just so many people and so many different eclectic
And matter of fact,
together.
Union plays tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because we won't have a show tomorrow. Union will be taking
Yeah.
on Delta State. Is that here? That's going to be in town. So you'll be on the. Well, let's see. Are you doing that?
And Paul or Christopher will probably be doing that one. I will be at Freed Hardman.
I don't know if I know. Have I met Christopher?
He's
Reasons?
part of the Peabody crew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
He's
don't
great
know.
though.
I've met him.
He's a senior in high school and phenomenal.
Let's talk about because
Really
we've been
great.
talking about
Very talented
basketball.
young man.
Yeah, he really is.
We've been talking about basketball for a little bit, but baseball's about to get started, and I guess you guys have a game Friday.
Yeah,
Is
this
that right?
Friday,
What are you
setting it
doing?
off at Freed Hardman. Yeah, we got baseball, and I'm so excited too. So yeah, I think Paul was there today. Gary and Paul were just wiring up the fields and everything, and it's quite intensive doing the baseball games because there's many cameras and way in the outfield and different things like that. So.
Yeah, I've talked to Paul about it, and he basically said that if I have that right, I don't put words in his mouth, but that's the most difficult one to produce is the baseball game. So how many people will it take to do a baseball broadcast?
Actually, I think Paul and I can handle a baseball game. Well, it'll just be us. I personally love the baseball the most because it is so fast and so many cameras, but the cameras are stationary basically, so you don't have a physical camera guy, working on them.
And some are telling it's 5 to 7 cameras, and she has to sit there and she has to see each camera shot and move it, and how much anticipation is
Well,
there?
you gotta know a little bit about baseball first of all, and anticipate where the ball's gonna go. Is someone gonna run? Different things like that. So
this ain't the kind of deal where they were hiring. You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a.
Would you say that the Summer Sturgis that produces a game now compared to, let's say, 6 months ago, has learned enough tricks and evolved so far?
Yes.
It's not even close.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Even the nights that, Coach Joe will know this, some of the nights that I was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Things happen, but I kind of treasure those nights because I learned so much.
You must have had a grand time at Northside.
Well, that is a learning experience, and I want to encourage the public schools to extend your internet out to your press box.
Ethernet connections are your friends.
Yes.
Put them in the press boxes, please.
Marlon, if you're listening, Ricky Catlett, if you're listening.
We want to get you all the exposure that we possibly can, but it is darn near impossible for us to do
That is the
without
worst part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just is. So please, that's something that can easily be done. Please do something about that, because we want to get you out there in front of everybody. And you can do that. And by the way, speaking of getting in front of everybody, make sure I got this right. In the first 8 days of February, you guys already have over 9,000 views on your Facebook Live high school basketball games alone.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's roughly, I mean, literally 1,000 views a day. And that's on YouTube, and separately on YouTube it's running that way, and on Facebook. So
on YouTube, Worthy Road Studios, their channel, and I think this is extremely important because we can use in a lot of different ways. As recruiting tools, as stuff for the family, just to go back and watch the players themselves, to go back and watch whatever the case may be. But you have over 2,500 subscriptions, 2,550 subscribers right now. So all you gotta do is just go to your Worthy Road Studio YouTube channel and subscribe. There's over 2,500 people that have already done that, and you've got, what, 28,000 views, over 1,600 hours watched in the last 4 weeks alone.
Yeah, yeah. Which, if anyone would like to know, I mean, there's so much. It's such a vast product that's actually on that YouTube channel that it's insane. It's definitely worth peeking in if you're not subscribed already, to go there and check it out.
Yeah, because there's other sports besides football, baseball,
yeah.
basketball on there. And Summer will be part of boxing that we do next year too, and she's looking forward to that. But
Yes, I am.
you do one of the church services, I believe.
I do.
Yeah.
I do a church. I do St. Mary's Mass. Yeah, on Sunday on 10:30 in the morning. So, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. If you're only interested in the sports aspect of things,
Yeah, I know.
You're going to like the Facebook page. It's called BallGame Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
So if like the sports, that's where they want to go. If it's exclusively sports, that's one of the places that they want to go. But as you mentioned, you guys do so much more than that. Church services, funeral services, is graduations, right?
Yeah,
As well? I know you do
graduations,
the hunting segment thing. We're going to get a fishing one. Can we get a fishing one? I want to be part of that, man. I want to be part of that. I had dreams, Coach, in college. Me and my boy, Big Country, we had a dream of getting a fishing show together, and I'd already planned out the first segment of the
You
first
have to wear a
season.
cap with a V on it instead of a T. Now, Bill Dance wears the T.
I don't think that'd be a problem. The problem would be getting me to wear one of those T-hats. But I had the first scene. Y'all tell me about, you guys produce, so tell me if this would be cool, okay? It's a fishing show, and it opens up to our very first scene, all right? Yeah. And I'm on the pier, right? And all of a sudden, this inflatable, like, pool alligator comes comes floating in front of the pier, and I jump in and start stabbing it with a butter knife, and then I come up out of the water like, you know, like Aquaman said, "That's a knife." You know, I got this deflated alligator with this butter knife. Would that be?
I think that would be really awesome.
That sounds more like crocodile than T.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to, but it's a play on it, you know. And of course, and because
Definitely
like,
try.
you know,
I think it's
we got to be careful of these croaks here in this lake, you know, and then this inflatable thing comes floating by. You don't think that'd be fun? He didn't even crack a smile, not even a smirk.
I'm going back to baseball and talking about the multi-cameras and the switch on.
I like it.
Thank you.
Would you like to do play-by-play with this young lady? And we got all those cameras set up, including the one in center field. How high is that one going to be?
I think 14, 20
14 feet.
14 feet.
And
Yeah,
it's
he sent me.
looking
He sent me a picture.
And
'Cause
did you know you can call every ball and strike if you're the play-by-play man? You can see it better than the umpires can.
yeah.
I don't appreciate you not liking my inflatable alligator, man. I'm not going to be able to get past
How about
that.
I get you a real alligator?
All right. We can certainly do that. All right, Miss Summer, let's go over the schedule this week for what.
Right.
And remember, all Worthy Road Studios and BallGame Blitz games are on WNWS.com. They're getting the baseball and softball fields wired, runs and mounts set up for the season. And the first game going to be, and this will be the first game, right? The game on Friday is your first.
And it will be, the university games this year will be on 101.5 from Union and Free, right?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, and we're doing baseball
WN.
and softball, right?
Yes. Yes, we are doing baseball. and
Okay,
softball.
what about Bethel? Is that not at the moment? Okay. All right, so let's get the schedule for what we got for the upcoming days.
Okay, for the upcoming days, we've got Thursday, we got Union and versus Delta State. And that will be Christopher, which y'all will be very impressed with his work if you want to catch that game. Then we have Friday, we have Freed-Hardman versus Lions. And we also have Saturday is Union versus Mississippi College. And that'll be Christopher again. And then next Thursday, it will be Freed-Hardman versus Pikeville, and that's baseball. Friday, also we'll have Freed-Hardman Freed-Hardman versus Culver Stockton. And that's that will be me. I do the Freed-Hardman, and then on Saturday would be Freed-Hardman versus Cumberland, and then Saturday is Union versus University of West Alabama. I have to say, I'm kind of bummed that basketball is going to be out, but the last two are basketball. Freed-Hardman, they're ending, so.
Don't worry about it. Baseball and softball.
I know. You can tell. I'm just like, I don't want to even
You'll
say
be good.
these
By
things.
the way, this comes in and says, I think a good opening scene would be me pimp slapping you with a fishing rod. That's from our good buddy Grant.
Wax on, wax
You're
off.
going to smack me with a fishing pole.
Yeah.
Only once, I can tell you that.
Just say wax on, wax off.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so now, look, if you, and I totally recommend this. And by the way, let me say this. Put this camera right on me. I want to say thank you to Paul. We had a caller the other day on Everybody Talks, our good friend Bruce, who lives up in Dyer. And he called and he needed, and we get this quite a bit, but he needed to have some, he used to play in like an old gospel band or something like that, and he had some old shows or some music, and he wanted it off of, I think, was it cassettes? Is that what he had it on? Paul had it on cassettes. And Paul was listening to the show at the time because that's the right thing to do. And he heard that and he sent me a text and said, I can get that done for him. So I gave Bruce Paul's number, and y'all got that done, right? Because Bruce called in the show and said he was extremely pleased with that work.
The Russians.
The Russians did it, yeah.
Jim the Russian.
And that's a good thing.
Who has shot games that I've called, and Jim's an excellent cameraman.
Yeah, he's done some football games that I've worked with.
Chernyenko.
So, yeah, heck of a guy. But if people want to get a hold of Worthy Road Studio, can I give the number? Is that all right?
Yeah.
499-1730. Look at that right here. See, did you see me look down at anything? 499-1730 for Worthy Road Studios. I guess we'll ask for Paul. And man, they'll point you in the right direction. It has been, let me tell you something. I always tell Paul this. I've told him that since the very beginning. I mean, he's got a great product. And as great as it was 3-4 years ago, I mean, where we're at right now, again, 9,000 views just on the that's just on the Facebook, right? 9,000 views in 8 days, just on the Facebook.
And summer at a basketball game, if you want to be seen, you're not playing or anything, you'll get shot, and your picture will be one. Because Summer will take care of our cameramen, will focus in, she directs them.
Yeah.
And last night, man, you should have seen all our crowd. She even got a shot of the concession stand people over there.
I bet you were there when you
Oh,
loaded
I
up
had
on
the
it.
cheeseburger and a box of popcorn and a hot dog.
I can't get on Coach tonight. He brought me a spicy flank steak sandwich from Hub City Deli
You always
tonight.
have
So.
the best food.
We were going to eat the piggy
Weird
soup,
like
but
that,
they sold
right?
them all out.
We're gonna go back to Jamaica cuisine.
Yeah.
How good was
Yeah,
that?
that was delicious.
Man, we had a
I'm
ball,
telling you.
and then Summer said, "Don't really eat meat." After she was halfway through with the oxtail, I'm over here selling the oxtail too. I
The
first
oxtail
had
was
met her,
good.
and
It was
know she
good.
Wait a
really
minute
ate
now,
meat.
Bass, they've got some good vegetables there.
Yes,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the point of the story is I didn't know. I mean, I had known Summer for about an hour at the time, and I didn't know that she didn't really eat meat. So I'm like, she told me after, she said, "Hey, but it was good."
It was good,
But
yeah.
it was really good. So 499-1730 for Worthy Road Studios. Any more information we need to get out there for them, guys?
I think that is good. We're excited about baseball and softball, so
I'm going
yeah.
to ask Summer a leading question. How long are those broadcasts up on YouTube?
Oh, forever.
Forever.
I'm glad
and
you
ever.
said that. I
Yes.
forgot to mention that. Yeah.
You know what
Thank
my
you,
favorite
Coach
word
Joe.
is about that, though, don't you? They're there for perpetuity.
Get your word, guy. We need to have a word at LA Game
Don't,
Night or something.
you know I went to Kingsbury. Don't start. I don't even know what that
Got one of those fancy education.
Yeah. All right, Summer and Paul from Worthy Road Studio, guys. Thank you so much. We'll do it again next Wednesday, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Paul, Summer, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that.
Thank
And
you.
again, check out all their fine work. Worthy Road Studios on their Facebook page. And again, don't forget Worthy Road Studios and BallGame Blitz games can be seen at WNWS.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that. All right, 3041015. Let's get back to it and go right here. Good evening and welcome in.